Oh, hi everyone, it's Susie here, Crypto Granny. Today is Friday, it's the 2nd of April. My God, time goes so quickly. And it's 2:15 Amsterdam time in the Netherlands. And God, I'm glad it's Friday. I'm really tired. Seriously, what a week it's been. Just exhausted. It is the long weekend for Easter. So I won't be doing a podcast on Monday. I'm actually going to take it off. So 3 days is going to be heaven, so I can do other stuff, all my hobbies. I have a lot of hobbies. I stamp collect. I collect Dutch stamps pre-1900, and I tell you what, that market is going off. You know, we're in a bull market when everyone's buying collectibles, anything to be out of cash, because fiat cash is just going to go down compared to collectibles and hard assets in the cryptocurrency market, as well as the equity market. So it's just bull all the way, and I'm extremely bullish. I cannot understand why people want to be short this market. It's beyond me. But anyway, let's get on to the data today. The market's very close to 2 trillion. It's $1.924 trillion in market cap. The volume's way up. It's 90 billion in 24 hours, which is a lot. Liquidity is 4 billion, and Bitcoin dominance is 57.81 and going lower, which means altcoins will outperform Bitcoin. Now, I've been talking about Binance. Binance is just a no-brainer. If you stake on Binance, right, for staking income, you get about 27%. It's just a phenomenal story, and already it's outperforming Ethereum. And I do believe Binance will outperform Ethereum on every level. So in my mind, there is no reason why Binance coin can't be at least at $1,200 US or $1,500 US in the scheme of things. It is so much more profitable than Coinbase, okay? So much more profitable. It has clients compared to Coinbase, like literally 10 times more, okay? So Coinbase is going to market the NASDAQ. It's going to be listed on the 14th of April, and it will be called on the NASDAQ, the ticker COIN, and it's got a valuation of 100 bill, right? And the shares will probably go to $375, right? Binance should be a lot higher than that on the crypto market. Don't forget, crypto is like funding, just like issuing a bond in some ways, or issuing shares. It's a funding tool as well. Not only does it have technology behind the coin, but it's also funding. Now, also Coinbase are going to bring out their financial results for the first quarter, the 6th of April, right? And I'm seriously going to be interested in looking at those financial results, because that's going to give me a good example of what Coinbase are earning, right, in terms of profitability and turnover and everything else. And that will give me a good comparison to, compared to Binance, because I think Binance is a no-brainer. They are killing it. And don't forget, they burn coin out of the number of transactions they do. And I said yesterday, I think they're probably going to burn about 5.8 million coins, which adds to their price per Binance per unit of about $12 or $13, near about. If it's over 6 million, Binance coin could rally $20 or something like that. It is a no-brainer. It's got the staking income as well, and they are just killing Coinbase and Ethereum on every level. Seriously, every level. It is a no-brainer. Now, the news today, let me just check before I do that. Let me just look at the assets, right? Real volume last night was up. Tether was 28.23 bill. They're saying they've got all their cover in place for insurance, and they're backed by US dollars and that sort of thing. Bitcoin was did 7.45 billion. Ethereum did 508 bill. It's up through 2,000 today. Bitcoin's 59,432. They keep hammering it around 60,000, but I think it'll be done in vain, to be perfectly honest with you. Filecoin is $195, and they did 4.24 billion. Let me just turn that off, my thing, my market monitor. Binance US, the stable coin, they did, what did they do? 3.31 bill. Binance itself did 2.8 bill, and it's up 10% today, massive. Dodge 1.6. EOS, which I can't stand, 1.33 billion. EOS is well supported, don't forget, because the Chinese vice rating a couple of years ago put EOS as the best technology, and that's why the Chinese are buying it. That's a joke, seriously, because it's not. It's an absolute joke. People are moving away from EOS because the technology doesn't work. XRP did 770 mil. It's up 4% today at 58 cents. Cardano 764 mil. BitTorrent 746 mil. Tron 742 mil. Then we've got Polkadot. What is it? Xerix, Litecoin, Stellar, Chainlink, Theta, Holo, The Graft, Chiles, and so forth. Okay, so what I do want to say is it's not too late to get into this market. Okay, there's some exceptional value in this market still, where you can buy coins under 5 cents, right? And you're going to get absolute performance, right? So it isn't too late to get into this market, even if you don't have a lot of money, right? That's, you can get into this market, cheaply, right? And I'll tell you what those coins are after we finish this, but you can still get into this market and make some serious money, because the market is going to go to 4 or 5 trillion by the end of the year, and you don't need a lot of money to make money out of crypto. I mean, some of these coins that have a great story are less than 1 cent or even under 5 cents, and so I'll tell you what those coins are later. But the main stories today which do bother me, this one particularly bothers me, I have to say, and I don't know the validity of this, but I'll put it out there. There's a few stories out there today in the press that is about XRP, right? And we know about the SEC and they're way behind the curve and there are a bunch of deals and everything else and have no idea. But accordingly, apparently Brad Garlinghouse said this, that Ripple could move forward with an alternative solution to XRP if it loses the lawsuit against SEC. I mean, what does that mean exactly? Does that mean that XRP is going to be valueless, or will they reimburse XRP clients that have lost so money? I mean, what does that exactly mean? I mean, that this concerns me, because I do have clients holding XRP. I hold 6% in my portfolio. And if they replace XRP, what are they going to replace it with? And are they going to reimburse all the holders of XRP that have lost 70% of their value since the SEC came out with the legal case in December 2020? I mean, this is, this for me is, I've got to get some more information on this, because to me, this is a real concern, okay? And, I think Brad Garlinghouse needs to make this seriously, much more understandable, because if they, change from XRP, what does it mean? XRP is delisted everywhere and doesn't have any value. So all us holders lose more money. I mean, seriously, I don't like the sound of it. I'm going to follow this up, because it is a worry for sure. Now, Ripple slams the SEC, and we know that because, they're saying everywhere else in the world, XRP is not a security, and they said they're going to fight them to the end. So that'll be interesting, very, very interesting. But this could go on for a long time. That's why I don't hold a lot of my investment portfolio, because I want to get some rate of return. I want to, my investment portfolio, I've got a target of risk-adjusted return of over 1,000% per annum. And I just don't think XRP is going to make it because of this SEC thing, right? So that's why I've only got a little bit, okay? You have to be diversified in your investment portfolio no matter what. You don't put all your eggs in one basket, that's for sure. Ripple did sent $1 million out in their escrow, $1 billion I should say, and they put 900 million back in the escrow. Also, JP Morgan adjust their price for Bitcoin to a target of 130,000. They didn't say by when, but they did say that there's incredibly strong demand for Bitcoin from institutional holders and institutional corporations and big fund managers like Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley and Fidelity and BlackRock, and the list goes on. And these fund managers have trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars to put into the cryptocurrency market, trillions. Now, don't forget, I came out with, I can't remember, a couple of weeks ago, the Bank of America said if 93 million gets put into the Bitcoin market, that's going to increase the price of Bitcoin by 1%, right? And 93 million is nothing when you look at the big fund managers in the US particularly and globally. They have trillions and trillions of dollars, right? So they could easily put money into Bitcoin or other crypto and just send this market, to the moon, literally to the roof, okay? And that's why I am ultra, ultra bullish. Coupled with that, you've got the Fed issuing more and more and more money, okay? They're even going to apparently send 650 billion to the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, right? So money just keeps coming out, right? And we know about the infrastructure fund. You know, we've heard anything from 3 trillion to 4.5 trillion in the infrastructure fund. So this is all going to play havoc on the US dollar. The US dollar at the moment is still too high at 110.47. And, you know, they last night, the US 10-year bond rate got down to 1.67. There seems to be a big resistance at 1.75 as a yield. Now, I told you they will continue to push that down because over 160, as you know, the US mortgage payer is very, what's the word? It gets very difficult for them to pay when this 10-year bond rate is at around 1.75 because it puts their mortgage rates over 3%. So the Fed is very mindful that the US 10-year bond rate has to be down below 1.6, okay? And that makes a lot of sense, right? Absolutely. Now, let's go back to the stories of today. Morgan Stanley, on the 31st of 3rd, they filed with the US SEC to add 12 funds, which they manage money for. They're huge portfolios, and they've said they want to buy Bitcoin in these institutional portfolios. And these portfolios would be huge. As you know, Morgan Stanley has $4 trillion under management. And that's a lot of money, right? That's a lot of dollars. The Bank of Thailand also is going to begin, they reckon, a central digitalized currency. They're testing it, but they won't be testing it until 2022. God, anything could happen by 2022. Lindsay Lohan sold her song Lullaby on the Tron network, and she sold it for 85,000, a million Tron. Cardano apparently has 300,000 Reddit fans, which is pretty good for them, subscribers, and that's a good story for them. Also, there was another story about Cardano. Let me just see if I can find it. Where is it? There was something else I remembered about Cardano. Oh, yeah. An institution invested about 300,000 in Cardano, which is good to see institutional support for Cardano. I can't remember what that institution was called. Oh, it was it was a Canadian institution that put 300,000 as an investment into Cardano and is staking it, which is really, really good for Cardano, I have to say. When I come across their name, I'll tell you, but I just cannot see it in my notes at the moment. I'm really tired today. Sorry, people, I'm just dead. Also, financial research firm Real Vision said that VeChain is the most undervalued of all the cryptos. And I tend to agree with that. VeChain is still very undervalued. You could make money out of VeChain. Its price where it is at 0.09 is just way too cheap. They have a lot of clients and partnerships all over the world. They're in China. It is seriously, seriously cheap. But I'd also hasten to add that Tron is seriously, seriously cheap. What Tron's doing is quite amazing. And honestly, cheap, cheap, cheap. Both these coins should be at 30 cents or even $1. Seriously, they've just underperformed. And what they're doing is quite amazing, right? Oh, here we go. The Graph Blockchain Canada bought some ADA and staked 300,000 on the 29th of the 3rd. So that's great for ADA. BlockFi partnering with Arcane Research for bi-weekly crypto research for all the institutions. So they want to obviously sell crypto to the institutions. And if you sell crypto to the institutions, you need reports, just like with the equity market, right? You've got an equity fund manager. You know, they talk to, a broker, big broker who sells them equities, right? Like Citigroup or whatever. And they have all these reports, these research reports. Get into this, get into that, get into Apple, get into, Tesla or whatever. And they have all their profitability and all this sort of thing. So that just tells you the crypto market is going institutional and it's out there massively. And the take-up is going to be huge this year. I mean, you might even see the market valuation around 6 billion. It's going to be full on for sure. Now, Coinbase Ventures backs Gakala on Polkadot, which is a great story for Polkadot, and they are doing extremely well. We put out a buy order on DOT when it was about $26, and that was just recently, and now it's really rallied, which is a great story. I regard Polkadot as an investment coin. It is a fantastic story. We've been in this really early, I think at about $2 or something. Also, Play 2A launches a fully decentralized casino on Tron, exclusively supporting Tron, and there's no fees. Now, that got my interest, and so I thought, who is this Plaza? They're basically an American company located in Scottsdale, the USA. They have 7,340 visits a month, and it's basically a casino where apparently you can earn some sort of revenue, okay? So that's a really good story for Tron and Justin Sun. Also, as you know, Justin Sun set up a Just non-fungible token fund, and he has been out there with the checkbook buying heaps of stuff. He has a lot of money, this guy, and he's very, very clever. This is why I like Tron so much. Tron is a no-brainer. Plus, you can stake Tron as well. And that's another thing. When you're looking at your investment returns, you really should be looking at staking too, okay? Tron you can stake around 3 to 5%. But, Binance itself, you can stake on the Binance pools at 27%. This is a no-brainer. This adds to your risk-adjusted return. It's an absolute no-brainer. I hasten to add, though, when you do stake, you give up your own custody, and you've got to make sure the organisation you're staking with is solid, okay? I have no problems staking with Binance, right? They're the biggest crypto exchange in the world, and they've done that literally within 2 years. Changpeng Zhao is a genius, man, an absolute genius, right? So, I just feel, Binance is going to go on, and it will outperform Ethereum as far as I'm concerned, because you're having people move, projects moving from Ethereum, so much is going on. It's just absolutely happening every day, okay? Now, Justin Sun, as I said, he bought Picasso for 20 mil to tokenize in his fund, and he also bought a Andy Warhol picture. Oh, I can't stand Andy Warhol. For 2 million. The fund itself already has 30 million already. It's got BP's Oceanfront, and there's something else included. So this guy's already spent, Justin Sun has already spent, about 60 million already in this fund. I mean, the guy's got an open checkbook, seriously. This guy is wealthy, and Tron is going to succeed and surprise a lot of people. Tron is cheap. VeChain is cheap. If you don't have much money, buy 500 Tron, buy $500 worth of VeChain. They're a no-brainer, right? A no-brainer. Also decentralized, the coin called Mana, decentralized, moved from Ethereum to Polygon Matic, okay? And we're seeing this all the time, moving from Ethereum. It's the same story. No scalability, too expensive. We're seeing it all the time, okay? And Matic is doing well because of it. And Matic Network is a no-brainer as well. I think it's a very good story. Or now they call themselves Polygon. Also, Lisk updated their road plan with cross-chain certification, scalability, technology fast, low fees, and NFTs, right? And again, they are another competitor to Ethereum, okay? It goes on and on. There are so many competitors to Ethereum, it's not funny, including Binance's smart chain. Ethereum's going to bleed, man. It's just going to underperform. It might be up by 2%, but you'll see Binance up by 8%. It's just a given as far as I'm concerned. Plus, it's got all the staking, rates, great rates. It's a fantastic, incredible story, Binance, I have to say. Now, there's a lot of information out there in terms of articles, and often these articles are wrong, just plain wrong, because the journalists have no freaking idea, and they copy each other from different, whether it's from Cointelegraph to whatever you read, right? And they keep reporting that Visa did a deal through Ethereum, right? And it's not true, okay? Visa did the US dollar C deal, which is a stable coin, US dollar DC, right, which they used, Visa, as a test. It's actually an ERC20 coin, right? And they didn't do it on Ethereum. They did it through crypto.com, which is Crow, okay? So the press is just completely wrong and stupid. The transaction was done on the crypto.com exchange, all right? They've got the business of Visa, not Ethereum, right? The USDC is a stable coin, okay, which is Ethereum based. It's an ERC20 coin. So, you know, these journos need to get their facts right. Fair income, they've got no idea, seriously. Now, if we look at the social media, what was on the social media on Lunar Lush, we've got Wazir, Prep, EOS, which I hate, Binance, which I love, TEZOS is on there, which I like. TEZOS is a trading coin, Zcash, which I dislike because it's privacy, and Cleaver, which I have no idea about this Cleaver, but I've seen it a few times, right? If we look at the worldwide searches, we had Ellipsis, Auto, Pokemon, Superfund, Binance Coin, Blank, I think it was called, and Split. Binance is there on both, right? This is a no-brainer, man. I'm telling you, an absolute no-brainer. Now, look, if you're looking to buy coins that are cheap, this rally has not finished. This thing's going to go on all year as far as I'm concerned. And there's some incredibly cheap coins out there, right? You know, TRX, VChain, Tron, SVP, HT, UB token. TKY is a cheap coin. The Key, right? Self-identity, and I think it's under 2 cents, man. And it's rocking and rolling. It's up about 14% today, which we're in. In our trading portfolio, CIVIC is up 20%, which is self-ID. It's a no-brainer. That thing looks so good on the charts. MFT, mainframe, is up 15%. Again, it's not that expensive. I mean, I think mainframe's about 3 cents or something, right? Matic, what's Matic today? I mean, Matic is cheap, right? Polygon. I mean, great stories. BTT, you know, 0.5 cent. Buy more BTT. If Tron goes up, BTT is going to go up. And that's why BTT has had such a great performance this month, right? Already in last month. You know, it's 0.5 cent. If you don't have a lot of money, buy $100 worth of BTT or $150 of BTT. You know, 200 or 300 of Tron, 200 and 300 of what else is it? VChain. Buy some YRX because they're going to head onto an exchange this month, and that's cheap. Walton Coin is incredibly cheap, right? There's a lot of cheap stuff out there. You got no excuse. Fun is cheap. You know, someone now owns half the supply of Fun, which is a gaming coin, right? So there's still opportunity. There's much opportunity in this market. You know, Crow, they've been trying to sell down. Crow's an amazing story. And Chiles, they've been trying to sell down, you know, at 50 cents. But Chiles could go to 3.50, and I'm adamant about that. It's a fantastic story. There's so many good things out there at the moment. GRT's cheap, BTT's cheap. You know, it's a no-brainer. Some of the exchanges are still incredibly cheap, right? So you can get on. It's not too late. It's not too late to be in this crypto market, okay? Not at all. Now, if we look at last night in the equity market, the market went whoosh right up, okay? And it went through on the S&P through 4,000. You know, at 4019, it was up plus 47, right? The equity market looks so good. They went into technology stocks and energy stocks, and they bought the S&P 5 high. It's at an all-time bull, right? If you look at European markets, the DAX and everything else, everything's broken out to more upside. You know, all this money in the system, like I said, is just making risk assets more attractive. You're not going to sit in a 10-year bond at 1.67% in the US, right? It's nonsensical when you can earn, you know, some of our coins have generated a return of something like 2,000%. Why would you be sitting in a 1.67% 10-year bond? It's just laughable, right? Completely laughable. Now, the government... obviously the jobless claims are still coming out a little bit high at 719,000 compared to what they're expecting, 675, still very high. Non-farm payrolls coming out, they're expecting 916,000 to be added, but I think that is just absolute garbology. I think it'll be much lower than that. And as I said, the Fed is going to be increasing their money they give the IMF. Like, you know, again, more and more debt, right? 650 billion. Where is all this money coming from? I know they're looking at tax cuts over in the US. What were they, from 21% to 28%, I think it was, that I spoke about yesterday. But you know what? I mean, how much can you tax people when people have, you know, gone through COVID and corporations have gone through COVID? It's just unbelievable, right? Incredible. Now, in the Suez Canal, apparently it opened up. There was a Dutch company that moved this big, you know, cargo ship with all its things on it. And there's been OPEC oil production cuts. So that's a very obvious. We've seen that oil has gone up quite a bit, right? To $61.24, up $3.54. But what's really confusing me a lot, and I've said this before, is gold is just not moving much. It's $17.30. It did get below $1,700. It's, and silver's $24.96. In hyperinflation like we've got, these things should be moving up a lot more, okay? That's for sure. And it's just a given that we do have inflation. There's no doubt about it, right? And we have COVID, which keeps rising. So in that environment, you just got to be bull, bull, bull. And I'll say it again, bull, bull, bull. If you're not in the cryptocurrency market, you are missing out on the opportunity of a lifetime, people. I'm telling you right now, this is an opportunity of a lifetime. Anyway, guys and girls, I'm not going to do a podcast on Monday because it's a long weekend, the Easter weekend. Hope you all have a great Easter. Really enjoy yourself. Take it easy. Catch up with your friends and family, and just enjoy yourself, okay? And I'm looking forward to it off. I'm just really tired, seriously. I've had a great trading week, a great investment return week, where all my clients are doing extremely well. I'm doing extremely well. We're all pretty happy. I'm just going to sleep a lot on the weekend, for sure. Anyway, guys and girls and people, babies in the woods, please do look after yourself. And I will speak to you on Tuesday of next week. Thank you for listening.